Hey, what's up YouTube? Dragon Tailsman here, and I'm bringing you guys a card discussion this time on a card that shuts down Lightsworns completely. And why am I doing this? Because I hate Lightsworns. I honestly do. I put them in the same category as Exodia and Burn and Final Countdown. I hate them completely. I thought giving them tuners would give them a different playstyle where you just don't have to rely on dropping JD for game, but all they do is facilitate dropping JD for game. So fuck Lightsworns. Anyway, I stumbled upon this card a few years ago, and I've never seen it play, so that's why it's so cheap right now. All the way from Crimson Crisis, I give you guys Dimension Fortress Weapon. Now, most people have probably never heard of this card. What does it do? What is it? Well, first of all, it's level 4, Dark, Machine, 1700 attack, 200 defense, and its effect is cards cannot be sent from the deck to the graveyard. So, no milling. Drop this on your opponent, they drop this against Lightsworns, they're done. So, why would you play this over Banisher, Defissure, Macro? Well, some decks cannot support those cards. Most decks need the graveyard. You play these cards, you're going to have to rely on them completely, and you won't be able to do your own stuff. But the best, so it doesn't interfere with your game. Most likely it doesn't interfere with your deck. It's darks, and it's level 4, so it's searchable by Creeping Darkness. Not that many decks can support that card either, but it's still an option. The most important factor is that it is Machine. So, it's searchable by Gear Guy next. And not many people like playing against Gear Gear, but I'd rather play Gear Gear than Lightsworn anytime because I fucking hate Lightsworn. So there's that. But you shouldn't side this card just because it's good against one deck. It's also useful against Sylvans. Excavation Mechanic, you send those cards. You're sending cards from your deck to your graveyard. Your opponent can't excavate. Sylvans are shut down. If you play a rogue mill deck, hey, you can use that. Excuse me. You can use that against them. So it's just an interesting card. It's an interesting option to have. Like I said, it's if I could play like Defissure, Macro, Banisher, I'd honestly play those cards. But if you're playing a machine deck, this is probably oh my god, I'm getting sick. This is probably your best option just because of how searchable it is. You can get it. You can easily get this to your hand by turn 1. Summon at turn 2. More than likely, your opponent won't have. Well, hopefully they won't have enough Lightsworns. So this shuts them down. And 1700 attack. It's not too beefy, but it can stand on its own. It can run over an Heron. So, yeah, you most likely won't be, beating them down with this. So, yeah, I'm probably going to do another card discussion, unless it becomes mainstream, on another card that shuts down Lightsworns, just because I hate the deck completely, like I said. But, that's it for now. Till next time, YouTube. See you.